Good morning, good morning. We doing Shorty's 12 days of Christmas. Y'all showcasing this lady for the good in the hood and the good things she do with the kids in the community. Well, we gonna take the Wayback Machine because I've been doing all the same good she been doing. I've been doing for like 20-something years since I started Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. But today is a special day. Today is a special day. Today is the day that Today is a special day. Today is the day that my son. I buried my son today. 12 years ago today, I buried my son. Hold on. I was making a movie about the politics in Maryland. The movie was called Letters to Zion. I was making a movie. The movie was about the death and the murder of our kids and us burying our children. The design of life is for us to bury our kids to bury us. We're not supposed to bury our kids. And I started this in 1986. It's about the war on drugs. It's about the illegal war on drugs. And we're talking about how many blacks have died behind the war on drugs and been incarcerated since the war on drugs. This was about Governor O'Malley stopping, frisk, and zero tolerance and the climate he created here in Maryland. I want Operation Grey Lord here in Maryland the same way that you did in Chicago because y'all's corruption is too rampant. Y'all comfortable in your corruption. And the people here in this city is comfortable with y'all being corrupt. You feel me? Y'all is just y'all messy with y'all shit. So I made a promise. So we clear on this. Everybody need to see this. I don't want no misunderstandings about nothing I say or do. I don't mind going to jail. I go to jail for the right reasons. If I go to jail, we making a movie about your jail. I ain't scared of jail and I ain't scared of dying. You took the two things in life that I love the most, my mother and my son. You took my mother and my son. So this is what I'm giving back in return. I ain't bitter, I'm better. Coming back home.
Prostitutes, my criminal record is open to the court, open to the public. I did things when I didn't want to do it no more. I was done with it.
You can't make me sell drugs. You can't make me go back to that life. How many of y'all had to stand over your son's grave and bury your kids? You feel me? How many of y'all sit here and had to bury your kids? You feel me? Letters to Zion was a movie, and the movie was about our politics. The movie was approved by Governor O'Malley. You feel me? That's Letters to Zion, all right? That's 2006. That's my store on Falls Road. Mr. Davis, get Shorty, all right? That's my son, Jarrell. You feel me? In living memory of Jarrell Davis. Funeral services. You feel me? Church of Joy. See the date? December 11th, 2006. So I got a vested interest in this. You know what I'm saying? Y'all locked me up for making a movie about your illegal war on drugs. That's what you locked me up for. You locked me up because I was a caterer and a whistleblower. And I used to sell drugs. I used to be a pimp. I used to do all those things in life before I came to Baltimore. Didn't want to do it no more. I came up with an idea when my son died about toilets. And I found that toilet and I made that toilet into a piece of art. You feel me? And I took that toilet and I ran with it. I started putting y'all's names on it. I call this movie Letters to Zion because I wrote 9 letters. Those 9 letters was for my 9 kids. I had 9 kids, so I wrote 9 letters. And them 9 letters touched y'all's nerves because I brung up your past. He who knows his past can control his future. And I put everything in my past in the Department of Justice hands. Like I said, I used to be a drug dealer. It's an illegal war on drugs. I gave this shit to Dante Hickman, too. I gave it to y'all. I gave you Shorty. The best that you could be, I gave it to you. I went from Waukegan's worst to Baltimore's best. And y'all can't stand it. You feel me? So on December 24th, 2007, I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. I went to Lake County, Illinois to file a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. Before I could file a lawsuit, y'all locked me up. You locked me up and you took the videotape. You let me keep the computer, but you kept the videotape. But on the computer, it had everything that I was doing. You feel me? The videotape showed what I did December the 22nd, 23rd, and the 24th. The same way that you see me doing these live feeds, I was doing on videos. And the state of Illinois took that video. And on December the 24th, I was locked up. I was held for 186 days. I was held for 186 days. I came to file a lawsuit, man. I want your money. I came after Lake County's money. I came to expose the corruption and the racism in your courts. Judge Boris, Judge Foreman, Judge Rossetti, Michael Waller, Michael Nearham. And I showed how the public defenders work with the state's attorney to incarcerate Black Lake County. Karen Levy. Karen Levy works with him. You got other state's attorney. You got other public defenders in Lake County, Illinois that work with the state's attorney to incarcerate Lake County, Illinois. My case is from 1986, State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis. That case is where I turned in guns and drugs to the police at the police station. It's a precedent-setting case. I was found innocent of all charges because the decision was reversed and remanded. And the state of Maryland knew that, but the state of Maryland used that when they demonized me in February of 2011. They said that I did this, this, and this. I was found innocent of all those charges. My case was reversed and remanded. You can't use that material against me. You got to use it for me. And since you use it against me and you knowingly use it against me, that's where the collusion and the fraud come in. You put that evidence in front of a grand jury and I was making a movie. You didn't take none of the movie clips. You didn't subpoena Rob Fix. Rob Fix never testified nothing. He came and testified one time, but you didn't get none of that. You knew the movie was about you. So today is the anniversary of my son's murder and his death. This day is the day that I buried him 12 years ago today. 12 years to this day. All right. I've been homeless since 2011. But that ain't stopped my vision. It ain't stopped my fight. It ain't stopped my struggle. So today on the anniversary of his death, I'm dedicating the day to Jarrell Davis. And I'm going to out you motherfuckers. It's going to be called the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'm going to give you something that you don't like. It's going to be like the walls of Jericho. I got a business. The state of Maryland took my business. The state of Maryland participated in the fraud. You can't produce an eviction notice. You can't produce a change of lease. You can't produce none of that. But I can produce the forged checks. I can produce and show where the state participated in the fraud. You owe me $2.6 million. And I need that $2.6 million so I can finish my movie. And if I don't get you to finish the movie, then I know what to do to piss you off. You're going to lock me up again. Because I'm coming to Towson. I'm coming to Towson, Maryland, and I'm going to put those toilets up again. I'm going to put those toilets in the courtyard, that brand new courtyard that y'all got. And we're going to talk about the war on drugs. We're going to talk about opioids versus crack. We're going to talk about incarceration versus treatment. We're going to talk about that because that's what we're going to talk about. Y'all had Donald Trump coming to Baltimore. Dog, I had something ready for his ass. All right? The Constitution, I'm covered under the Constitution. The movie is an intellectual property. It's my intellectual property. It's about your prison industry. And I just cooked you up. So everybody in this book, I'm getting ready to shook y'all asses up. That's the court. I'm making a movie about the courts and the corruption in the courts and the racism in the courts. And I'm going to show you how you use your positions of power to protect your corruption. I'm going to break you down right in front of you. You feel me? So when I build this new toilet and I put it in front of Towson, everybody's name going to be on this toilet. If you was in this court date, if you was in this court record, you're going to be on the toilet. You feel me? If your name is on this piece of paper and I got a mail receipt from you and you was in the 2014 elections, this is going to be on the new toilet. So when you lock me up, we'll take this to court again. If you lock me up. We're going to play truth or dare. I dare you to lock me up so I can tell the truth. You lock me up, we go to court. We go to court, Hogan got to produce this material. We go to court, you got to produce the material. We go to court, you got to produce the material. We go to court, you got to produce the material. We go to court, everything on these storyboards is going to go to court. We're going to go to court and we're going to have a trial about the war on drugs. We're going to talk about treatment versus incarceration. That's what my movie was about. That's what the story was about. It was about killing and murder and the death and murder. You want to stop the violence in Baltimore? Stop the war on drugs. Plain and simple. I'm getting ready to do toilets. And we're going to show the 13th Amendment. And we're going to show Keith Davis' trial. You feel me? We're going to talk about Keith Davis. We're going to talk about Larry Hogan. We're going to talk about secrets. We're going to talk about mass incarceration and the war on drugs that America has that keeps black America incarcerated. If Martin Luther King was here, he'd march for it. Your people marched with Martin Luther King and y'all fought against racial injustice, but right now you fighting for the people that he fought against. You in bed with Governor Hogan. That's why I put you on the toilet like that. And I'm going to build toilets like y'all build a bear, because I'm going to build them and embarrass you. I'm going to shame you like Martin shamed the nation. He shamed the nation. I'm going to shame the nation too. And I'm going to use the Constitution to do it. I'm going to use the real news to do it. Y'all gave me the Verizon Award. Y'all gave me the Verizon Award. And I'm going to make that award work. We're going to talk about your police department and your new police commissioner. And we're going to open up this box. You feel me? We're going to open up this box. I made a promise to my son, and I used toilets to keep my promise. So imagine, 2019 session, I'm asking for the grand jury. 2019 session, we're going to end this where we started this at, in the courts. You feel me? Making a movie, live feeds, webinars. I'm coming back home.
I sold guns, drugs. I was a hustler. I had prostitutes. My criminal record is open to the court. Open to the public. I did things when I didn't want to do it no more. I was done with it. I've been fighting with this county. My son was killed, and they won't tell me nothing about it.
Some things worth dying for. Some things worth going to jail for. Dog, like I said, I lost my mother and my son. I lost the best of me. You feel me? So you got to deal with the rest of me. I'm coming to Towson. I'm going to put the toilet back up in Towson. The 12 days of Christmas, I'm coming up there 12 days. In 12 days, I'm going to film me 3-minute segments. And I'm going to call y'all asses out. I'm going to call you out. And I'm going to build the toilet right in front of y'all. And I'm going to have the Department of Justice on the live feeds. We're going to live feed this shit. They say give it to God. Dog, I gave it to God a long time ago. Now I'm going to give it to the world. Dante Hickman, tell Donald Trump to come to Baltimore. I didn't make you sign this. You signed it of your own free will. I didn't twist nobody's hand to sign this board. That's the police commissioner. We're going to talk about the war on drugs. Like I said, this the media. We're going to put the Constitution to the test about being black and white America. The illegal war on drugs, opioids versus crack. We're going to talk about that.